Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Stockbridge Board of Assessors meeting for May the 20th. Are we doing an executive session today?
Yes.
Okay. So first of all, we'll start out with Mike and the minutes from the week, 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so I sent you guys the meeting minutes from the last meeting, so we should approve those.
Make a motion.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Okay, number two, Tammy got ready these abatement applications for motor vehicle and the certificates too, if you want to review those.
Are we gonna move on to disposal of records or are you?
Yes, yep.
Okay.
So number three, we had talked about, well, we got permission early on in the year to dispose of a whole bunch of records that have been sitting downstairs and upstairs in our closet. And I ordered some boxes and we had a whole bunch of boxes too. I don't know what the date is that they're officially coming. Thought it was in May sometime, but I guess we have to call them to have them come out. In the meantime, I went downstairs because what we were told, our section downstairs was pretty messy. And I had a record that I had to look up, a couple chapter records to look up. So I straightened out things, but I have the boxes put together. I'm gonna have Tammy, now that her schedule is a little bit more set, go through, start in our closet in the back of our office, go through that. Again, we have permission, so we can do this and start putting things in boxes. The stuff that we're gonna keep, maybe we'll keep in the boxes and we'll just bring in trash bags and get rid of the rest of the stuff. But, so I don't know if we're gonna be ready to dispose of things this summer. It may be more towards the end of the summer and the fall. I've noticed downstairs that there are a whole bunch of boxes for people that have already gone through things to get rid of. But again, we've got to keep all our old commitment books and our old maps and the record cards, but everything else, motor vehicle commitments, things like that, that can go. Like the bills, the old bills, we don't need stacks of those down there.
They come in with the big trash containers and then they fill them with the records. So you'll want to pull off any binder clips and like.
Oh, so no plastic either?
Yeah, take off binders, binder clips.
Okay.
Hanging files are fine. But yeah, try to pull out the big binder clips.
And what I will do is, because our office supply budget is pretty much depleted, I will need some more boxes, so I'm gonna wait until July and order a whole bunch. They're not cheap, those cardboard ones with the covers, and get at least 10 more of those. And I think if we can go through a lot of the, and you probably remember when we moved here, a lot of those boxes that we packed up and we labeled, those are all still down there and they have not been touched since we moved. All the old retail stuff, all the schooling things. Again, we don't get motor vehicle commitment, or we get the commitments, we have to keep those. But all like the preliminary commitments before Tammy gets to the final one, all the bills that they used to print, we don't need that. We don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
That's all done with, outside of the house, another company does it. So we can get rid of all that stuff. There is just boxes and boxes and boxes of things because yes, we are running out of room. But I also cleaned off the big map lateral file that was down there, which has nothing to do with us. I think people thought that was ours. We don't have any maps in there, but everyone's stacking everything above it and we were using that section. So I'm just going through, I mean, it is kind of critical. We are running out of space and we're required to keep so much because most of what we deal with are public records. So it's a good project to do and, do it now and in the summer because the fall will just be bogged down with the normal things with the tax rate and the tax bills.
If she ever needed help, I could come in on a Friday and help.
Oh, okay, great. And number 4, the LA 13A and the revised and omitted assessments. We don't, LA 13A is the revised new growth. Even though we don't have any revised new growth or revised or omitted assessments, we're still required to go on Gateway before June 1st and specify that we haven't recorded any of those. I will be doing that this week. Joe Barberi actually stopped in last week. I was out sick, so I missed him, but he's going to give me a call. He's probably going to talk about this being filed. Other than this, everything has been filed before we start getting into the normal filing of the new growth, which will be, end of July, the sales and things like that. That's really all I have. I wanted to make sure we had enough time to go into executive session and start reviewing the 3ABC forms that we discussed a few meetings back. So if there's, I don't think. No, there's nobody on.
Okay, so, anybody have anything before we go into an executive session?
I don't.
Nope.
Then I would entertain a motion to close the public hearing or public meeting that we're having, and then also, go into executive session per, Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21A7, to discuss and review 3 ABC forms for the following exempt properties: Berkshire Country Day School, Berkshire Theater Group, BTCF Resources. What's that stand for, Mike?
BTC. I don't know offhand.
It's Berkshire Natural Resource. I think it's BNRC. I think.
Sonic
BTCF.
Foundation?
Yes, Berkshire Taconic.
Oh, Berkshire
Yeah.
Taconic.
Just that one building.
Foundation. First Congregational Church of Stockbridge, Historic New England, and IS 183 Berkshire Art Center. And when we're done, we will not come back to the public session, and we will adjourn from that point on. So I would entertain a motion to do that.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okey-doke.